Alright, so today we're going to talk about squares and square root. And a square, you can think of the shape as just being a square. And what we know about squares are all the sides are the same. So if this side is 2, then this side is 2. And the area of that square would be 4. So the squares that you need to know are really 1 through 15 plus 20 and 25. Those are the best ones to just have memorized because they're going to come in handy as you work through your math. So 1 squared would equal 1 times 1 is 1. 2 squared, we already did, is 4. 3 squared equals 9. 4 squared equals 16. 5 squared equals 25. 6 squared equals 36. 7 squared equals 49. 8 squared equals 64. 9 squared equals 81. 10 squared equals 100. 11 squared equals 121. 12 squared equals 144. 13 squared equals 169. 14 squared equals 198. 15 squared is going to equal 225. 20 squared is going to equal 400. And 25 squared is going to equal 625. So next we'll talk about the square roots. Alright, so I still have all my squares there, and the square root is just the opposite. So the square root of 1 would equal 1, square root of 4 would equal 2, square root of 9 would equal 3, square root of 16 would equal 4, square root of 25 would equal 5, square root of 36 would equal 6, and so on. And I could keep going and do all of them. So square root of 49 equals 7, square root of 64 equals 8, square root of 81 equals 9, square root of 100 equals 10, square root of 121 equals 11, square root of 144 equals 12, square root of 169 equals 13, square root of 198 equals 14, square root of 225 equals 15, square root of 400 equals 20, square root of 625 would equal 25. So next we'll talk about what happens when you don't have a perfect square root. Alright, so there I have my list of square roots, and let's say we're given a problem like square root of 50. Well, it's not perfect, which makes it irrational. Any square root that isn't a perfect square root is irrational. So what we have to do with an irrational is just estimate. And so we find where square root of 50 would be in the list. It would fall between 49 and 64. Well, 50 is closer to 49, so the square root of 50 would be about 7. So if we had a negative out here, let's say we had negative square root of 36. That is a perfect square root. Square root of 36 would be 6, but then you have to add that negative sign on there. So that's one case where you could have a negative in your answer. You only have a negative if the negative is on the outside of the square root symbol. We won't talk about if it's on the inside because you won't see that yet. That's later in math. So let's do one more estimation. Let's say we have the square root of 90. So you look at your list, square root of 90 would fall between 81 and 100. It's 9 away from 81 and it's 10 away from 100. So it's closer to 9. So the square root of 90 would be about 9. It's about halfway, so if you want to get even closer, it would be about 9 5/10.